Morning everybody. Thought I'd just catch up with you today. Welcome back to Gary's Practical Workshop. Quite a bit been going on. I'm now going to take you over to the bike that we've been working on, and as you'll see in all the previous videos, if you haven't seen, please do go and have a look. See what you think. If you don't like it, fine. If you do like it and it's interest to you, then great. I've done my bit. Any questions, any comments you want to make, please stick them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm going to switch cameras now and take you over to the bike. Right, we're looking at the bike now. I'm just going to walk over. The project's come to an end, as I said. Just giving you a quick once over with it. It needs a clean. It's pretty grubby. It's got oil fingerprints all over it from working on it, which is to be expected. Couple of things which I was talking about in the last video, which I had to finish off. And if you come with me, this here had to be done. The brake calipers. Now, that went very well. The paint is beginning to flake off, but I think a lot of that's to do with the fact that this may leak, but I don't know yet. I'll have to check that out. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, the engine is finished. The project's come to an end. I'm quite pleased with the way it's gone. A couple of niggly little things. At the moment, the cable's stuck on the speedo, but that's not a big deal. We'll soon free that off. Apart from that, I think it's not really a lot to say, but any questions you want to ask, as I said, you know, drop them in the comments and I'll try and get back to you. What I'm going to do now is just start the machine up and let it run. It's probably going to need a bit of choke. They normally do. So we'll put the choke on right out, push it in one click so it's halfway. Turn the ignition on. And you can hear it for yourself. Now the revs are up a bit, about 1500, because the choke's out, which is to be expected. We'll push the choke in and it's ticking over quite smoothly, round about just under 500. It's quite cold at the moment, so obviously it's not going to tick over its normal speed like it would do when it's warm. But it is running smooth. Quite pleased with the way it's gone. Everything's working on the electrics. Got a little bit of a seat from this carb, which I may see if I can undo in situ, but I might have to take the carb bank out. Not a big deal. Got to put the cover on here. There's a little cover that goes on there, which is again not a major issue. But yeah, the engine's looking pretty good. Sounds a treat. And this one, it may be up for sale. It may be up for sale. Don't know yet. We'll have to see how we go. But as you've seen throughout the project, the engine's been completely stripped and rebuilt. It's gone back together very well. There was a couple of bolts which I had to drill out and put some heli coils in. But apart from that, it seems tickety-boo. It's not leaking any oil, not that I can see or noticed just yet, but that may change when we take it for a spin. I mean a serious spin. It's been out, done a couple of miles, and it is pretty good to ride. It feels smooth. I've got all my gears. The clutch is a lot more user-friendly. Before it was snatching a bit. That seems a lot better. Probably that rod I put in there, that new clutch push rod, has made all the difference. But generally speaking, nice bike. Very nice bike. Goes up, comes down, which is what we're looking for. those revs will come up when it's hot. That's really it. So let's kill it a sec. I'm going to hit the kill switch here. Then we'll turn off the ignition. So it's all turned off now. I'll leave the keys in there for the time being. I'm going to switch cameras, guys. Right, so there we are. That's it, done and dusted. Again, thanks for viewing. Just want to talk quickly about something I might be working on in the near future. I'm going to change a deck on the lawnmower, which is a Husqvara tractor ride-on. I think it's a CHT150 XP. I'm going to do all the deck, all the bearings, tidy that up. That won't take too long, hopefully. That should be done pretty quick. The project I want to start on in April will be my Z1A. I think I might have mentioned on some earlier videos, I'm lucky enough to own a Z1A. Bit of a story behind it. I lost my original Z1A when I was 24, got it stolen, and I always said I'd buy another one before I die. And the first one I bought was from a very, very good friend. We grew up together as teenagers, bikes, mopeds, etc. And he's a first-class mechanic as well. He had the original Z1A, and I purchased it from him. And Stevie was good enough to let me have first shout. That was that. So I bought that from him. Did quite a bit of work on it, though I didn't need to do a lot because it was tip-top when I bought it from Stevie. And after 5 years of doing maintenance and riding it and enjoying it, it got stolen. That was a long time ago now. And I replaced that one with the one I've just finished rebuilding the engine for. Exactly the same model, exactly the same year. No, tell a lie, it was 1981, not 1983, so it would have been an A1, not an A3. However, I sold that, which was really dumb, but we all do silly things when we're younger. And I always said if I could get another Z1A, I would. One came up, bought it. And then after that, a Z1100 came up, which was really good, really good. And when that came up, I decided that I would get that 1100 to replace the one that I sold. And it is exactly the same, apart from the year, as the one we've done the engine rebuild on. So it all comes back. If you're patient and you wait and you save your pennies, you might be able to get lucky and get what you sold or what you had stolen back. So that's it as far as that's concerned. The project I got in mind in April, I'll talk a little bit about that. I'm going to put this camera down a minute and see if we can put you on a tripod. Yeah, the project is going to be slightly different. I've looked on YouTube and I can't see anything anywhere. And I think maybe I can help people, maybe I can't, I don't know. But as I said in the earlier video, I do enjoy doing what I'm doing with this recording, and I've semi-retired, and it's just a great thing to do if you can help people along the way. We all know that anybody that's into Kawasaki's of the 70s, they are bulletproof machines. Their engineering comes from shipbuilding, aeroplanes, heavy industry, hence Kawasaki Heavy Industries. And the Z1 was the flagship of Kawasaki's four-stroke machines. There's a big history. I mean, go research, have a look. Operation New York Steak was the project which Kawasaki set out to start way back in '68, I think it was, and Honda beat them to it with the CB750. And it was originally going to be a Z750, but then, of course, when Honda came out, they had to do something about it. And I believe they went back to the drawing boards and they redesigned the engine to be a 900 after they found out that the market wanted a larger four-cylinder transverse engine machine. And of course, that was the beginning of Kawasaki's flagship legend. I believe the engine the bike, I think, is known as the King, and I think it is probably pretty good to say that, because the actual machine itself is easy to work on, it is reliable, and it was fast. It was very fast for its time. And I think that the history of the bike and the way it was designed is just absolutely fantastic. And I think a lot of the machines today that you see on the market are based around the Z1. So that's really it in a nutshell. There's quite a lot of different versions. As far as I'm aware, there's the Z1, the Z1A, the Z1B, then there was the A4, the A5, and I think they carried on making them up till about 76, 78, something like that. And then they released the 1000. The 1000 I'm not too sure about, but I believe that you had the 1000A1 and then it followed on from there. I'm not quite sure. I don't know a lot about those. But again, based on the very first Z1 motor. There was subtle changes, of course, within the design. But generally speaking, much the same standard layout and standard design, because they proved that that design was so reliable and so good. Robust ability, I don't think there's anything on the market at the time that could beat it. Honda was very good, mind. That's not to knock the CB750. It was a very good motorcycle, but I think Kawasaki, after doing a lot of research, I think when they come out with a Z1, they probably had the edge. Anyway, go check, have a look. Operation New York Steak. It may give you a lot of information on the internet. It may not, but that was the project code for the project of making the Z1. Right, yeah, as I go back to my project, yeah, I waffling on again, you see. Yeah, I intend to take the original Z1 engine, which came with the bike. It's not the original to match the frame number, but it was the original which came with the bike. And I intend to take that one out, and I'm going to put the one I completely rebuilt in and run the bike like that. I may leave that engine in. I don't know yet. We'll see how we go. Register it with DVLE if I do. And then what I will probably do is do a complete video on the stripping of that engine and the complete engine overhaul. And we'll see how we go with that. Now, I'm not going to do fast motion play. I'm going to do it in my own time at normal speed, so that it won't be whiz-bang speed when I play it. When you guys see it on videos on YouTube, it won't be whiz-bang high speed, all done. It won't be like that, because I don't particularly like that. I will do it in great detail so that you can see as much as I can give you as far as information is concerned. And that way, I believe that it gives you time to absorb what I'm actually putting across, and I think there's less chance for mistakes if you are thinking of doing something like this. But that won't be until about April time. And in the meantime, I'd like to take this opportunity to say thanks very much for your views, your clicks, and the subscriptions. As I've said numerous times, it's a young channel. It's going to take time to grow, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. As long as I enjoy doing it, then hopefully you'll enjoy watching them. I think that's probably it for the time being. So thanks for viewing Gary's Practical Workshop, and I'll be back soon with some more interesting projects, and hope you can have a look and see what you think. For me, at this moment in time, it's a goodbye, and speak to you soon. Bye for now.